friends, welcome back to my kitchen. It's already after 12, so yeah, the woman of the house is gonna go ahead and look about some brunch. So I had to do some sweeping. I had to fill the filter because we use well water, and our well, as far as we know, is a dog well, and so the water that we use to cook and to drink, we filter with this Rain Fresh filter. And I have these doors all open because I'm gonna be doing curry goat later. So I am taking out my slow cooker to put my goat meat in, because when I cook my goat meat in the slow cooker, it takes its time and it absorbs all those flavors, and somebody's down to help me to look about breakfast. Oh, Jadon. I was planning to make some pancakes, and I'm gonna do spinach eggs. So you can take out a tray of egg for me, please. Okay, so do you want me to mix the pancake mix and then you drop them, or do you want to do a mix for yourself?
Yes.
I'll take these things away. You could just drop them?
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and do a mix then. Okay, this is the soup from last night that needs to go into a container. I think I'm gonna do that. I am gonna put the soup in. Maybe I need 2 containers. And I already have some oatmeal cooking here. Okay. So last night I made some good old-fashioned Jamaican chicken foot soup. Chicken foot pumpkin soup. And it was good. So the leftover with all its gelatinousness from the chicken feet, I'm gonna put in the freezer. And we're either gonna eat it with maybe some type of sandwich or some type of roast potato with eggs or something during the week. Very, very thick right now. I'm scraping down to the very bottom. It's gonna need to be washed, but I'm not gonna wash this right now. I'm just gonna put it aside. Okay, I'll just put it over here. Okay. I'm just gonna take these and put them in the freezer. It has been so cold, guys. So cold. It went down to -40. And, oh, didn't realize I had some pea soup in the freezer here. Oh, don't you dare do that to me. Okay, there we go. So now I am gonna put some spice. I want my oatmeal to be cooked before I put any type of milk product in there. So I think I'm gonna put some more water in there. However, I like to boil my water before, because if I put cold water in, it's just gonna slow up the process. So I'm gonna go ahead and boil the water that I'm gonna put in. And in the meantime, I'm gonna put in some lots and lots and lots of cinnamon. We like a lot of cinnamon. Then, oh my goodness, they almost finished my vanilla, pure vanilla extract I use, guys. It's expensive, but it can last a long time. It's about, I don't know, $16 for this bottle, but it can last a long time and you get the real stuff. You don't get artificial stuff. So, now I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some salt in. And I need to get some nutmeg. So when I came back from Jamaica, I had 2 sets of nutmeg, and one set didn't look too hearty. And so I put away this set. And so now the other set is finished. I am gonna start using these, but I'm gonna put them in the jar one at a time, because I know, and actually when I put them up there, I put them behind jars so nobody can see them. Yeah, and I save the mace, because the mace you can actually grind up and use in your baking or even in your porridge, right? If you have a grinder. Okay, and then I'm just gonna crack it, and that's it, man. That is it. This goes in the garbage. And then I grate some nutmeg in. Oh, I'm gonna drop it in. Now, that's it for the spice. My porridge needs the water, and the water is almost boiled, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in, because I want this oatmeal to be well cooked, as I said, before I put any milk product in there. Now I'm gonna turn this down. Just gonna take this and put it one side. As we would say back home in Jamaica, I'm just gonna cotch the pot to the side, the pot cover to the side. Now I am gonna get out the milk product that I'm gonna put in my porridge. I'm gonna put a little coconut milk here and some almond. Just gotta make sure I check this thing to make sure it's not sticking. And I'm gonna add a little more water. What's this? Oh, this is some tea. I'm just gonna stick this in the oven. Okay. Okay, I give it 5 minutes more, and then I'll go ahead and put my milk products in and let it cook for another 10-15 minutes, and then we're good with that. My saucepan here, I had put it on earlier, but I took it off because, oh my goodness, they finished the hand towel. I took it off because I changed my mind about what I was gonna do. So, I can't believe it, they finished the hand towel. Okay, so, has it been 5 minutes, guys? This is not quick oats, but it's not steel cut. I'll show you the oats that it is. It's sprouted organic large flake oats. It's been cooking now for about 10-15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my coconut milk in. I'm just gonna use a little almond to get the coconut milk out of this jar, because the coconut milk is very thick. Jadon went back upstairs. I might not call him. I might just do everything on my own, you know. And generally, I don't put any kind of sweetener in. I let everybody sweeten their own. But then I kind of just encourage them not to make their stuff too sweet. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make some pancake mix. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make some pancake mix. Okay. I bought this little thing a while ago now. So this, one of these levers is to get it to stick to the table, and then the other one is to get it, the bowl to stick to. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe it's the other side. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, the other one got loose. So that's it. We're gonna get some flour in for our pancake mix. And I saw something last night that I was watching. A guy was cooking on YouTube, and he said something which I had always wondered about. If we say 2 cups of water and we say 2 cups of flour, they weigh differently. So he was saying that the best way to do your recipes is to use a scale, not a measuring cup. But measuring cup has worked for me over the time I have been baking, so I'm not doing it professionally, so I may just continue to use my measuring cup. It's quick and it's easy. The only thing I'm going to do with the because I do have a scale, is probably use the scale when I'm trying to make the sourdough bread that I saw him showing the recipe. But right now, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to mix up my pancake mix. And I'm not even measuring anything, my friends. I'm just using my big cook spoon and just put in some flour. Oh, I'm just going to throw everything in. This is whole wheat flour. I don't even know how much it is, but yeah, that's it. And then I'm going to put in two all-purpose flour. I'm just going to throw everything in. I'll fill these jars back later. So let's just get them out of the way whenever I'm not using anything. I don't like them to be in the way. Okay, so now I have my whole wheat flour and my all-purpose flour in. Go figure. I don't generally measure my flour, but I will measure my baking soda and my baking powder. So I'm just gonna grab my measuring spoons. There we go. And to this, I am gonna add, I think I have about 3 cups in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Now I'm yet to make some pre-made pancake mix. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that because when I have them in the jar, I can just dump a jar in a bowl and then just mix it to the consistency that I want it to be. And I don't like using baking soda, but I do use it sometimes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put, let me just get me a little strainer because I don't want any clumps of baking soda in my stuff. This is a 1/4 teaspoon. Now baking soda can easily overtake your stuff. So I'm just putting in a 1/4, but it does help to make stuff lighter and fluffier. So I'm just putting in, I'll have some yeast in there because I'm planning to bake some bread. Ask me when. Okay, so I have my baking soda and my baking powder in. Now I am gonna get some cinnamon. Now the cinnamon, I don't have to measure. I don't generally measure, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna measure it. And I'm just gonna put 2 teaspoons. And of course, I gotta put some nutmeg in. I think generally you add spices to taste, but at the same time you gotta be careful because you don't want them to overpower your whatever you're making. And of course I'm gonna get salt. I'm using Himalayan salt, and this is gonna be just about a 1/2 teaspoon. Oh, let's attend to the porridge. The oatmeal, the oatmeal, the oatmeal. It had started sticking, my friends, but my oatmeal is done now. I am gonna take it off and I'm just gonna put it to the side there. Let's just put that in the sink. Okay, let's stir this up. You know what? Over the Christmas holidays, I had some cake mixture that I had left and I had breadcrumb in it. And it actually made some pretty lovely pancakes. So I'm gonna put some breadcrumb. Do I have breadcrumbs? Did I finish my breadcrumbs? Oh, here, no. I made my own breadcrumbs, guys. If you have bread that's going stale, take it out of the freezer, stick it in the oven for a bit to dry out, and just grind it up. You got your breadcrumbs, right? And now I am going to add just about a cup of water to this. Just get a cup of water from this filter over here. And I don't always, but I sometimes do add egg to my mixture. Oh, the eggs are right here. I'm gonna put 1 egg in. And I'm gonna add a little maple syrup to my mixture also. Oh, this maple syrup is almost done. Okay, so here. More maple syrup. I'm just gonna have to run this under the top. I think the sugar got under the lid and it's hard to open. Oh, oh really? Okay. Let's put this down here for a bit. You know what? I'm gonna put my apron on. I got a whole bunch of old table cloths and stuff around the place. I think what I'm gonna do is cut up a bunch of them so we can get to use them instead of buying paper towel, because paper towel is so expensive, and as soon as you turn around, it's done. Keep some stuff out of the landfill. Come on. Yeah, okay. So that's it. I have on my apron. And my pants is falling off. Okay. I think I lost weight. I think the pants stretched. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is get me a jar. A clean jar. I wash my jars before I put them away. And I am gonna go ahead and pour the water in. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the egg in. And I am gonna put a little vanilla in my jar. Then let's see if this thing can make, oh, glorious, it opened. Okay, and so I think I'm gonna pour the rest in here. Can I do it without a funnel? Yeah, there we go. We made quite a bit of maple syrup, and then, yeah, I'm gonna put this in. Just chuck it in. Yeah, we made quite a bit of maple syrup from our property. And then the other day, our neighbor gave us some because he said that they had so much and quite a bit of it had gotten very thick. And so he was thinking that it was like molasses, but it wasn't burnt or anything. There was no burnt flavor. And so we use it just like regular. I'm gonna have to wash this jar off. There we go. That's the maple syrup we're gonna use. And then I like to use, to mix it, one of these. Come on, yeah. We call them egg beaters. But anyways, what I'll do is close my jar and then shake vigorously. You can put some milk in your pancake if you want to. And when my egg and everything is all blended, then I'm gonna go ahead, take my time, pour it in, and then just mix. I don't like it very viscous, but I don't like it too thin, because when it gets that thin, it's like you're making crepes, right? I'm not making crepes, I'm making pancake. Now I started with a cup of water, but if I need to, I'll add more. And the maple syrup is just to give the pancakes a hint of sweetness. Yeah, something came loose. Okay. I think it holds best on a cold surface, like tile or granite or something. Like, check this out. No, too tight. So I'm gonna get a half a cup more water. Oh, a little more for a half a cup. There we go. And yeah, I'm gonna pour it in here, swirl this around, and put a little I was telling my husband I want to put a sugar shack on the property because my intention is to have this place to host all you lovely people who want to come and experience the countryside. And so I want to have a sugar shack because we're already doing maple syrup. And so we can have pancake breakfast when you guys come out to spend some time with us. In the summer mostly, or the fall or the spring. Won't be 4 seasons, maybe 3 seasons or 2.5 seasons. Oh, come on. Where you going? I still feel like my pancakes need a little more. It needs a little more water. So what I'm going to do is just use a little almond milk. Give it a little creaminess. That's about a 1/4 cup. When you've done things for a while, you learn to estimate. And then this will definitely be good enough. I'm gonna let you guys see in my bowl. Come on over here with me, you lovely folks. You supportive folks. Thanks for being here with me. Trying to level this tripod. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I'll just finish mixing. After I'm finished mixing the pancakes, what I'm gonna do is just put it to rest for a bit while I go ahead and do my spinach eggs. We can drop these last. And I don't want to over mix it. And so see, that's it. That's my pancake mixture. So I'm just gonna cover it and leave it here. And I'm just gonna put my egg beater on this plate here. So I'm gonna get something to cover that. Is this plate wide enough? Nah. I'm just gonna use a pot cover. There we go. I don't want to put a towel over it. I don't want to mess up my towel. Now let's go over and start our spinach eggs. I am saving my kitchen scraps for compost. So I am gonna just cut the onions. I'm not taking out any cutting board. I'm just gonna hold it in my hand. Sometimes it's convenient to do certain things, but then you create a whole bunch of stuff that you have to clean up when you're done, right? So I take my onion paper off, and then I'll just go ahead and start cutting up my onions. I'm using a yellow onion and a red onion. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and start these. And then I am gonna get the yellow onion peeled. Oh, you know what, guys? Whether I like it or not, I'm gonna have to take out cutting board because I'm gonna have to get the spinach cut. This onion I put in my curry goat. I haven't taken the goat out of the fridge yet, but that's okay. I'll just cook it from frozen. That's it, man. Even if dinner finished 7 o'clock tonight, that's fine. That is all fine. Okay, so here we go. Something fell on the floor. This is what it is. I'm just thankful that the pipe did not freeze. The water is running slowly, but I'm just thankful that it didn't freeze. Because what we've come to realize is that when they built this house, they ran their pipe very close to the outside, on the outside wall. And so when it gets really cold, the pipe will tend to freeze up the water in the pipe. So I'm thankful that we went through this minus 40 and it did not freeze. Okay, so this is done. Garbage. I reuse some of my lids to do like dry products, but when they start peeling, it's about time to get rid of them. Okay, so I'm gonna get me a spoon to stir my onions. No, this is done. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here. Actually, now we don't make pancakes often, or we don't use the griddle a lot. What I use it to do a lot is just to rest my spoons and stuff on it. Okay. Okay, now let's get out my spinach. Let me just get a colander to wash my spinach through. They say it's organic spinach. Whenever I can buy organic, I do. If I can't, then I just can't. But when I can, I do. Now, I don't want the onions to be tough or be too chewy. So I'm going to put it to start getting soft before I even put the spinach in there. That is enough. Okay, I think I have one use left in the spinach. When I buy spinach, I like to just use it up, because if you don't use it, you lose it. If not, you gotta freeze it. I do freeze spinach too, but not freezing this one. Just using it. They say it's organic, but I'm still washing it. I don't take anything out of package and not wash. And I still put some apple cider, not apple cider, but just plain vinegar on it before I wash it. Let's put that over there. Let's make sure that this is not burning. Now, this is why I have to take out the cutting board, because I am gonna cut up the guys been complaining about my dull knives. Nobody has sharpened them for me so far. I guess everybody's busy. That's why sometimes I just use my little tiny knives to do everything, because they are sharp and they stay sharp. But these ones, I don't think they've ever been sharpened since I got them. Actually, the realtor who sold us our first home gave us the set as a housewarming gift. Yeah, we're making spinach eggs. So you saw what I just did. I just put my onion and I'm gonna leave out the tomato because I have a son who doesn't do well with tomato. It makes him gag. So So what I'm doing now is wilting down the spinach, and I'm gonna put a little salt, a little turmeric, a little black pepper, a little more, and ginger, a little ginger. Do you know something, guys? I did process some tomatoes, and I actually put the tomato peel in the freezer. Then I took it out. I dried it. The way I dried it was just to put it on a tray. So I'm going to put some tomato powder in here. Do you remember me just saying I wasn't going to put any tomato, but I put the powder. It's good. It just doesn't like to eat the tomato. So I put the tomato peels on top of the wood burning fireplace. Don't need to put any liquid in here because the spinach is creating its own liquid. Okay, I'm just gonna wash this up to get it out of the way, man. Some stuff in this thing. I don't like to keep too much stuff hanging around, dirty stuff. I like to get them washed and get them out of the way. Yeah, they're gonna enjoy their breakfast. Well, at least I hope they do. Not breakfast, brunch. Guys. Okay, so it's almost drying out, and I want it to cook a little more. So what I'm gonna do right now is cover it so it can steam. So I had one of those things that you can buy, the mesh thing that you can buy to put in your sink, but I actually changed it out and put back the one that came with the sink because I found that more food particles were going down under it. and I don't want it to clog up the sink, so I changed it. And I am gonna go ahead and crack 6 eggs. Okay, so I have one son who doesn't care about the Shalaze or the eye. He cooks his egg with the eye, but I usually take it out. I don't know if it's a Caribbean thing or a Jamaican thing or what, but I can only speak for 1, 2, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have, all right, 2 more. But I grew up seeing my mom do it, and the thought is that it actually makes your food raw if you don't take it out. So I don't know. I don't know, as my son would say, I don't know. So I take it out sometimes, because nowadays when I'm baking cake, I just leave it. And sometimes some eggs have 1, some eggs have 2. Usually what it does, or from what I have seen from my research, it helps to keep the yolk stable inside the egg so that the yolk doesn't get smooshed. Okay, here. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this back on. What? Okay. Gonna have to wipe that. I leave my salt out. That's enough, because I'm gonna have to season my curry goat. I leave that turmeric out too, and I'm gonna leave the black pepper out. Now, I myself do not like to eat spinach like that. I don't like the texture, but when I mix it in something like this, or when I put it in a smoothie, that's good. Okay. Okay, turn that on. I'm going to use the same spoon I use for the spinach. And I'm just going to do my thing here. There's some turmeric balls. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to move this from here, and I'm going to turn this on. gonna get this baby off properly. Okay, so the eggs are almost done. I'm just gonna fold in the spinach. This is a good way to get your family, especially if you have kids who don't like the texture of spinach. So by now, the pancake mix, see, is well rested. Okay, that's done. I'll turn it off. I'll cover this, and that's ready. Check this out. My pancake mixture has started to form bubbles, 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 bubbles. And I am gonna be using a ladle to get it on there. There is a bad one down in here. I am gonna douse them with vinegar. Also gonna put some baking soda. Okay, I'm gonna pour them out in here. Yeah. Some more baking soda. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get, oh yeah. Okay, that's it. That's a board, y'all. That's the egg and spinach. And now that I just put the oil on, I'm just gonna give it a little time, and I'm gonna go grab my goat from the freezer. So I just realized that the camera had stopped, so I'm not sure where it stopped and when it stopped, and it might stop again because I think I need to clear the memory. But yeah, we've just been making the pancakes, and now this is left over because I'm not making more than 18 pancakes. So I'm just gonna put this away in the fridge, and then it can be used another time. And so they're bubbly on top. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip them. This is the last 6 that I'm making. Come on, you go on top. Come on. All right, put this in the fridge. I am going to use English muffins with my spinach eggs. I hope I was recording when the spinach egg was done. Okay, so we're taking these out. I've made 18 pancakes. 18. That's it. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put these pancakes on the dining table. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the English muffins that we're going to eat with the spinach eggs. I'm going to put them in the air fryer for a bit. Washed out. Just to warm them up. These are for the strawberries that I washed.
No, regardless.
Okay, so you guys didn't see me share.
So if we know,
So
Even
we've
though
got
it's the coach
our
something is also-
oatmeal. I don't think I have a burner on in
and they would
there,
have to
do
vote
I?
for somebody that was out of top 14.
Oatmeal and spinach egg and English muffin with our pancakes and maple syrup
If
over
he's not
there
in there,
and
he's
strawberries.
gonna come in.
Now,
for-
guys, eat, drink, and be merry.